My name is Meghan Dilley. I recently wrote the book Lost in the Sound, Finding Clarity in the Noise. My book is about struggling with PTSD and also now learning to manage it. I work in healthcare and I'm a physical therapist, and during the brunt of COVID, oftentimes therapists or healthcare workers would be redeployed to different areas. I unfortunately was redeployed to the makeshift morgue, the refrigerators, and was asked to move the bodies who had died into these refrigerators. And that's kind of where my PTSD began. But I thought I was fine. And that's the big thing. I never really processed anything, and that's what led to the PTSD. My book is definitely a positive side effect of the pandemic, but I did write in the past. It was typically when something negative or bad, or I was struggling with something, I would write poetry. I'm fairly introverted or very introverted, so a lot of times I would get my feelings out in poetry and writing. It's real life for me on a daily basis, and I also like the fact that with this book, I added photographs, and the photographs are actual photographs of the day I wrote a lot of the poems, so they coincide with the poetry. So I didn't even just have these personal words about myself, but the photos personalize it even more. I think when you hear PTSD, a lot of times you see the struggle and you see the depression associated with it or anxiety associated with it, and you don't see the hope afterwards or the getting through it or the managing it. And you know, there have been many times where I thought I wasn't going to get through it, and that doesn't mean that I am what I was 2.5 years ago. I'm a very different person and I have changed. You can get through it with the proper support and help, therapy, techniques, and for me, writing. It's an everyday struggle, but it does get better if you put in the work and the effort, and it's just part of the diagnosis, but there's hope.